Hello everyone. Today we are here with Robert Mather, VP Aerospace and Defense from IFS. So, could you tell us about IFS and like what brings you to the Middle East and like more about you?
So IFS is an enterprise software company. We're a big company, but we play against the biggest companies out there. So the way that we're able to compete against the biggest software companies is through specialization. And one of the places in which we specialize is in aerospace and defense. So we offer the beauty of really in-depth, purpose-built solutions for the aviation space, coupled with the platform and technology of a much broader systems portfolio to be able to offer really transformative solutions to our customers. And here in the Middle East, we have a number of key customers. We've been in the region for a long time. We have a local office with IFS, and this show is a pivotal show for the region. So it's very important that we be here.
Like, with airlines and MRO providers facing increasing pressure to optimize cost and enhance efficiency, like how does IFS software help streamline operations and improve profitability?
Yeah, so definitely the industry is under a lot of pressure these days. Well, if you ask our customers, one of the number one problems that keeps coming up is the skilled labor shortage, right? So there's a shortage of technicians globally. We're talking on the tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of technicians short globally, and it's not expected to abate until 2040. So while we're trying to hire new people, organizations need to be able to do more with the people they have. So the key to being able to do that is with increased efficiency. So IFS solutions offer a number of ways to improve efficiency for an aviation maintenance organization. So you can start with optimizing the planning and scheduling of your maintenance, either from the airline's perspective in terms of maximizing your yield, reducing the total amount of maintenance events that you need to have by extending the space between them. If you're an MRO organization or even just the Part 145 organization of an airline, when you're looking at the inner workings of a given visit, for example, you can optimize the scheduling of the tasks within that visit, the task sequencing, the assignment of the technicians to the work to make sure that everything is done the most efficient way possible. But then it extends beyond sort of the optimization of the scheduling in terms of the way that technicians are doing work, how they're interacting with the organization, how the supply chain is providing materials in time so that we aren't taking delays or slowing down the work because of materials not being available at a given time. You're a technician. Two of the most time-consuming things that you might be faced with are looking up proper procedures in manuals and documentation. So if you have tools that are providing that information in a streamlined way, you're speeding up the technician immediately. Additionally, if you're the second time-consuming example task would be troubleshooting, right? So if you have tools that can help speed up troubleshooting activities, then what you're able to do is have one technician achieve more in any given time period, remove wasted time where they're not actually performing the maintenance on the aircraft.
Right. So, what are the key innovations in IFS solutions that address predictive maintenance, asset management, and operational efficiency for airlines and MRO providers?
If we talk about predictive maintenance, right, I think predictive maintenance isn't new, but predictive maintenance is evolving and it didn't sort of achieve the promise that it had initially. Part of that was because of the barrier to entry for a lot of players, right? So when you were doing big data analysis 10, 12 years ago, you had to hire data scientists to be able to go through all of this data, parse it out, find the information that you need, be able to produce information, right? So AI has come to the fore now in the context of predictive maintenance and can now do it has a lot of merit in the predictive maintenance space, in part because when you change to a model where you're training the AI, you're reducing that number of data scientists, or you're shifting their work to be in the training mode instead of in the the actual activity of the predictive maintenance, right? And then you shift that again with machine learning and some, you move to unsupervised learning for the AI, and you're reducing your dependence on those scarce data science resources. So the total cost of implementation typically comes down. Now, when you bring in another side of it, which is the big data, or the amount of sensor data that's been coming off of these aircraft for a number of years since the A380 and the 787 burst onto the scene, really. Uh, we haven't done enough with that data so far. We've been gathering this data, but we haven't really been taking advantage of it. And it's been hard, right? Now with different types of AI, like in this case, anomaly detection, right? You no longer necessarily have to figure out exactly what every sensor reading means in order to be able to interpret that data, right? The anomaly detection, without that rich OEM background information that might have otherwise been required, can say, okay, I don't know what's specifically the error cases here, but I'm seeing that this is not normal behavior. And the last time I saw this pattern, this is the thing that went wrong. So by coupling that sort of large language model, machine learning properties on the analysis of the historical data with the live data that's coming in off of connected aircraft with another type of AI like anomaly detection, suddenly predictive maintenance reaches a whole new level and becomes a lot more accessible. So I feel like that's going to really turn a corner in the next little while.
So, how does IFS utilize AI, IoT, and real-time data analytics to enhance aircraft maintenance and minimize downtime?
Let me explain a little bit about IFS's philosophy on AI first. So, what we believe in is the concept of industrial AI. So it's not AI for AI's sake; it's AI applied to solve specific business problems, supporting like the actual execution of processes within a business. How do we do that? Well, it's a multi-stage process. So the first thing is that we have a platform and we embed the AI capability inside of the platform. So inside of the IFS platform, we have capabilities like scheduling optimization, anomaly detection, large language models, co-pilots to be able to support users of the system, right? So first we embed that capability, and then we take it and apply it to specific business problems. So we can take that optimization engine and apply it to task scheduling. We can take that anomaly detection capability and apply it in the context of that sensor data that we were talking about, which is really, that's what IoT comes down to, right? It's having those connected assets. We can have that be a significant portion of a predictive maintenance model in that kind of time frame. We have our IFS Copilot today. We have plans every single release of our software. We release twice per year. We are releasing more and more individual industrial AI use cases. I think we have in the next release, I want to say 5 additional AI use cases. And then the next release after that, I think there's another 5 specifically in aviation maintenance. So it will continue to evolve and expand. Each of those gets applied in that context of driving efficiency, right? So whether it's upstream in the scheduling optimization, whether it's having that co-pilot enabled to support troubleshooting or navigating those documents, those reference documents and manuals faster, like we mentioned earlier, all of that is driving efficiency all the way through the process.
What kind of challenges do aviation companies face in adapting to cloud-based MRO solutions, and how does IFS help overcome those challenges?
Going to cloud shouldn't actually be regarded as a barrier, particularly in commercial aviation. There's another aspect to it when we talk about defense, but on the commercial side, in fact, modernization of IT systems can often be limited by internal IT capacity at a lot of the smaller or medium-sized organizations. Moving to a cloud-based solution actually removes a lot of that burden, right? So you're essentially outsourcing a lot of the management of the infrastructure that you would have needed to be able to do in the old days. So, in fact, cloud shouldn't be regarded as a barrier, it should be regarded as an enabler in a lot of cases. Now, in terms of actually executing on a digital transformation strategy, there's really two different kinds of systems that are out there. One, I'll use the word digitize, which is you take a paper process and you just do it on the screen, right? So you can get some gains. You have some ability to have a little bit faster information, clean up some processes in your organization. But there are other systems out there that we use the term digitalization. And when we move to digitalization, we're actually changing processes. We're driving efficiencies through that. So the system becomes key to the transformation of the business at that point. That can be challenging, right? You have to be able to adopt a new way of working. You need to be able to make changes in order to actually take advantage of all that the system offers in terms of the efficiencies that can be driven. The other thing is that digitalization and digital transformation, they don't end, right? It isn't a one-time activity. A colleague of mine is fond of saying that it's a never-ending journey because by the time you've completed one step, new technologies have emerged, right? The software has been updated, right? So we can't, when we get onto that digital transformation journey, we have to look at it as a continuing journey. And in order to do that, that can also be difficult when an organization thinks about in terms of projects and a one-time investment. It can't be that. It has to be a continuing investment in the improvement of your organization. In order to support that transformation, we have a program called IFS Success. So we go through it manifests in a couple of different ways. One is in value assurance. So when you say at the beginning of the project, this is my value case, this is what I want to see out of this, this is the promise of the system, and that's why I'm investing in it. Then you get into the nitty gritty of the project. And oftentimes things need to be cut in order to stay on time or stay on budget, or there's pressure on the project. Things get removed. What you need to always do is keep an eye on what the original intention for the value to be achieved was, right? Because if you lose sight of that, then at the end of the day, you've completed a project, but you haven't achieved your outcomes. Right. So part of value assurance is through the project, ensuring that we are keeping an eye on what is actually important to achieving the outcomes that we wanted to achieve at the beginning of this whole thing. But then once that project is implemented, it doesn't stop there. IFS Success stays with you beyond the initial go live. What we want to get you to is an evergreen mode of operation so that you're constantly taking updates. You have a list of things that you want to tackle in terms of transformation because maybe you only rolled out some modules, maybe you only affected some of your departments, and you want to be able to continue to grow and continue to transform your business and find more and more efficiencies as you go. And so you can work with IFS Success in an ongoing manner to tackle the next initiative and the next initiative after that so that you're always staying current and you're always achieving more and more value at the end of the day.
Coming to my last question, what kind of market presence you have, like worldwide, or what kind of collaboration and partnership or project do you have in the Middle East? What are your future plans for the Middle East market?
We're a large global company in aviation maintenance. We have customers globally across both commercial and defense, from airlines and MROs. We're the number one system of choice amongst the world's largest airlines. We've had recent wins with Kongsberg Aviation Maintenance Services in the Nordics, with Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, MRO, engine MRO in Japan. We're going to be signing or announcing another new customer right here in Dubai. Some of our existing customers in region include Emirates, AACC, MEPC. The list goes on. So the region is very, very important to us. It's a region of definite growth, a region that really aligns well with the solutions that we can offer. We think that um, Dubai and the larger Middle East are a key market for us going forward.
Right. I think that is all. And thank you for speaking to us and taking on the time.
Oh, absolutely my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.